Let's check back in with Coulter, the best-selling author, political commentator, now writes on Substack. Ann, does George Santos make it to 2024 in the House of Representatives?
Yes, I think he'll stay. I think he ought to stay. I mean, okay, it's a little more than your average political lying, but there are a lot of liars in Congress, and I would think the New York Times and Daily Beast ought to give Republicans credit for having a gay Latino. Here we are, reaching out. They say we're not diverse enough. How about that?
Wait, let's talk about Kevin McCarthy, all right? He's had Santos's back here. Put him on 2 committees.
Yeah.
No problem with that either?
No, I mean, Biden should resign if lying. He said he was arrested trying to, meet with Mandela. He was beaten up in civil rights protests. He graduated in the top half of his class. He's half Puerto Rican. He's half...
You think that's comparable, though? I mean, because I've gone through some of Biden's fibs in the past. It's not comparable.
There are a lot of them, and it's been going on a long time. And he's president, and Santos is just a congressman.
But Santos's lies are like a different level. It's like nothing about... I mean, Biden went to Syracuse Law School, right? If it was Santos, it wouldn't have just been... It's like what he said, right? I went to Baruch, and I was a star volleyball player, right? Okay, let's just say if he wasn't a star volleyball player, then okay. But he didn't even go to Baruch. You know, it's like there's a different level here.
I love the idea of Baruch having a volleyball team.
Right, I mean, too. And they actually did beat Harvard at the exact year that he said he was on the team. Yes.
Oh, so he assumed the whole thing.
No. He actually had done the research and figured out what year he would have been a senior to be on the volleyball team.
But he didn't do the research on the invasion or the invaders or whatever that movie was.
Right, exactly. Well, that was just on his Wikipedia page, so who knows who put on. What do you make of there's been a lot of talk on CNN and MSNBC in particular.
Oh, yeah.
About who should be responsible, right? They're pointing to Elise Stefanik, saying she pointed people to raise funds for Santos.
Right. I think that's completely crazy. I mean, one of the good things about being a Republican, most of the time, this one fell through the cracks, is that we don't have to investigate our own guys at all. The New York Times will be doing that for us. ABC News will be doing that for us. Certainly the Democrats will be, but the entire media is going to be investigating your candidates. It's not like we didn't know, about Doug Mastriano, for example. We didn't need to do our own Oppo research on our own candidates. It's funny that the New York Times missed this one. And actually, I have heard that the reason the New York Times turned up all this stuff after the election was that they were, in fact, going to do a puff piece on Republicans. They got a gay Latino.
Really?
And then they start looking into it, and wait a second.
Really?
That is what I have heard from a reliable source. So they were trying to give us credit.
Right, that sounds more almost like wishful thinking.
But why wouldn't they do it before why didn't the Democrat find
Well, in particular, because the local newspaper there was talking about how untrustworthy he was. And I had Robert Zimmerman, his opponent, on the show and asked him, why didn't you guys do more?
Right. What did he say?
We tried. We had limited resources. We tried to go to the media with the stuff we knew. We didn't know about a lot of this stuff. This is an international investigation.
Well, if the Democratic opponent and the New York Times didn't know, no, I do not think Elise Stefanik or Kevin McCarthy knew.
So he survives.
Yeah, I think so for 2 years. Why bother? Like I say, if Biden steps down, I'll demand that George Santos resign.
Ann Coulter, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.